In those golden days of yesteryear, Britain had a fantastic tradition for building sports cars. But then somehow along the way, our car building companies have either been lost or have been bought out by the huge multinationals, and for a while it looked like our car building heritage was going to be lost forever. But then in the early 1980s, car company TVR took the bull by the horns and offered us a new breed of sports car. Combining a back-to-basics driving experience with beautiful and contemporary styling, there's no doubt that TVR were the new face of the British car industry, and maybe the saviour of sports cars. And this is their latest design, the TVR Tuscon S. Now, without doubt, this is the most adventurous design to come from TVR, and it's certainly one of the most stunning cars that you'll see on the road. The whole design here, the way the bonnet swoops down into these air intakes, down at the front, it's very low, very purposeful, and there's no bumper as such, just this very aggressive drilled front grille. And those headlights, well, they look like something more from an Aliens film than something you get on a sports car. Now, when you move down the side of the Tuscan, you're greeted by these massive 18-inch 7-spoke alloys, and in there, huge whopping vented brake discs. This is definitely a supercar. But the bit that I really love about it is the way all these curves, whilst they intercut one another, it all still flows right from the front right down to the back. Now, there are quite a few motoring manufacturers out there that do great jobs when they design the body shell, but with the interior, it's as if they couldn't be bothered. Well, not TVR. And before you run off, how's about that for keyless entry? Just like the exterior, in here it is phenomenal. Those Blackpool boys have surpassed themselves. The interior of this car is a designer's dream. Forget your Japanese black plastic. Every switch, button and dial has been handcrafted for the Tuscan. So can this car possibly get any better? We ain't even started. Engine-wise, we've got a straight 6 with 390 brake horsepower, which is the stuff of dreams. And that sound is just brilliant. I haven't even started to push it yet. This is just excellent. Now, unlike many of the supercars from the fatherland, we haven't got any traction control or any sort of fancy electronics in that respect. But as Ben, the guy from TVR, said, you don't really need it because this car's traction control is the accelerator pedal. Now, that's not as daft as it sounds. It's got a very, very long throw on it. So basically, if you don't want to go that fast, you don't push it that fast. It's very, very solid as well under my foot here. But when you do want to go a bit, you just put it down and you take off. That's just remarkable. However many performance cars or cars in general that you drive, you can never tire of an exhaust note like that. A lot of people say on long journeys with these sort of cars, it gets boring, it's annoying, it's too much of a drone. But no, not for me. That is just absolutely fabulous. And if you do want to turn the volume up a bit, just put your foot down. Oh, that's like a symphony orchestra. That's fantastic. Now, because TVR are a small independent company, it means that they've got complete autonomy over the designs. That's obviously apparent from the outside and for the interior, but it's the little things like the fuel gauge and the water temperature gauge. It's brass, it's aluminium. If you tried to do that in a Ford or a BMW, they would laugh at you and they'd probably sack you. I don't know about its limits because I'm not about to try it out on the Blackburn moors, but it does just feel so precise. Loads of confidence you get from those huge tyres. There is loads of grip. I know it's a rear wheel drive car, it's a damp road, so I'm going to be taking it easy anyway, but it just feels really safe, very solid and just bloody enjoyable. It's not often that you do a car test and your face aches from Your face aches from smiling. In fact, I've got to say something bad about the car because that's what motoring journalists always do. So I've got to say, yeah, it gave me cramp in my cheeks. Come on. Absolutely awesome. There is no other word to describe this car. But do you know what the best bit is? It is 100% British, right down to every last nut and bolt. We might be rubbish at cricket, we might be a load of moaning old so-and-so, so we might have rubbish weather. But when it comes down to making sports cars, that puts us on the map. Who's your daddy?